This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Monday, the 14th day of January in the year 2019. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Embattled former Member of Parliament Charandass has admitted that days before he voted along with the opposition in the no-confidence motion against the government, he was inquiring about the purchase of a large quantity of raw gold. At the forum in New York over the weekend, Mr. Prasad, who's also an attorney, joined the forum by teleconference and told the audience that it is true that he was negotiating for the purchase of gold, but he claims he was doing so for clients.
They said that I was going to buy gold. What is wrong with buying gold? Any one of you that would love to have a piece of gold, raw gold, to buy from one of the miners so you can make jewelry for your son, your grandson, your wife, daughter, as the case might be? I have clients who are still looking for gold. And so I was negotiating with a couple of dealers, finding out the price, what it will take if you buy it in Guyana, or if they ship it and we receive it in Canada. That is what I was doing. So I went to two dealers.
The recalled Member of Parliament, who was also thrown out of the Alliance for Change after his no-confidence vote, ran off to Canada the morning after his no-confidence motion. Text messages seen by News Source just after Charandass fled the country showed him inquiring about the purchase of $1 million worth of gold and offering to meet gold dealers to finalize that purchase. In the conversations with his friend who was close to the mining industry, it is believed that Prasad also referred to the gold as Kazrip and said he wanted the real one and not the diluted one. Over a period of days, Prasad and the friend made arrangements for him to meet the gold dealers, with the friend even meeting him outside Parliament. The Guyana Police Force has since confirmed that it has launched an investigation in the Charandass Prasad, and that investigation is being treated as a national security issue. Police investigators have since questioned the number of gold dealers that Prasad was in contact with. The police commissioner has promised to host a press conference to provide information on the Charandass probe. Prasad has repeatedly said that he was not bribed for his vote. He now says he is willing to undergo a lie detector test. When News Source broke the story about his $1 million gold purchase plans, opposition leader Bara Jagdeo called a press conference to attack the News Source report as fake and even waved around documents that he claimed shows how easy it was to make fake text messages. Despite Jagdeo's defense, Charandass Prasad never denied the report. His admittance over the weekend marked the first time he spoke about the gold purchase plans since the story broke over 2 weeks ago. This is your News Source Evening Bulletin. More news in a moment.
Get ready to ride it, ready to ride it, ride the wave. Open up the new vibe, drink up the boldness inside. Radical and fresh and wild, catch the wave now. Ride bold, ride fresh, ride strong, come on, ride the wave. Taste the action, satisfaction, perfection. Wave it,
Ride the new wave of excitement sweeping Guyana. Wave Pale Ale, a premium, full-bodied, strong and refreshing alcoholic brew, crafted to perfection for a bold, young, radical you. Don't settle for anything less. Catch a Wave Pale Ale and ride it today.
Wave Pale Ale.
Crafted to perfection.
Roam like you're home, because prepaid means more with GTT. Travel to any GTT roam zone in the US, Canada, Caribbean, Latin America, or South America, and pay the same great rates to use your data from foreign as you do when you're home. With GTT, prepaid means more, so roam like you're home with GTT, Guyana's preferred roaming network.
Welcome back. The first statutory meeting of the new Georgetown City Council was held today, with councillors being encouraged to put the work of the city first. Mayor Ubraj Narain welcomed dignitaries and the new councillors to the first meeting. In an address to the council on behalf of the president, Communities Minister Ronald Bulkan said the coalition government must be credited with bringing back local democracy, adding that no amount of spin can distort that fact.
No amount of political spin and distortion could denigrate the transformation which have taken place in the last 3.5 years with the restoration of local democracy by this administration. Our achievements through strategic efforts to restore functionality to the system of local government are unprecedented in our republic and its post-independent history.
Minister Bulkan spoke about a number of youths now serving on councils across the country, highlighting that the Georgetown City Council has a 28-year-old mayor and a councillor who is just 19 years old. He said the municipality of the city of Georgetown must focus on rebuilding the nation's capital.
The city of Georgetown has likewise had its challenges, but there are definitely successes that we can boast of. Through this empowerment exercise, the city has begun the Herculean task of rising from its once denigrated status of garbage city to retain its former glory. I firmly believe that the city is poised for even further transformation.
Today's statutory meeting continued for several hours, focusing on a number of issues that will face the council in the coming months. The new council will be in place for the next 2 years. Well, let's tell you now that the local business community has been thrown into shock and is in mourning following the death of Guyanese businesswoman, the managing director of Global Seafoods, Allison Butters Grant. Mrs. Butters Grant passed away last evening in New Jersey, where she was undergoing treatment for cancer. She reportedly fell into a coma as a result of some complications and passed away last night with relatives at her side. Butters Grant was well known in the business community following her return to Guyana a few years ago to spearhead her family's business. She was able to improve the marketing and sales of the company in a short period and was set to expand the business in a major way this year. Butters Grant was also involved in developing the fishing industry in several small villages along the east coast of Demerara and had started a project to turn Victoria into a fishing village. President David Granger today offered his condolences to her husband and children as he recognized her role in ensuring Guyanese food security and her efforts to develop local businesses and the local fishing sector. Turning our attention now to Mashramani, the Department of Culture and the Mashramani Secretariat have assured that plans are moving apace with the hosting of festivities related to Mashramani 2019. At a press conference this morning, MASH coordinator Andrew Tyndall revealed that some of the Mashramani activities have already started in various parts of the country.
We have a total of 39 activities on the calendar of events, which will span a period of 6 weeks. It goes from the 12th of January up to the 9th of March, and it will include activities such as the song competitions, which would be the Calypso Monarch, the Chutney Monarch, the Soca Monarch. You have the steel band competition. There's a masquerade jamboree. We'll have all-star concerts being held in the regions so that persons who reside in the regions will have kind of like a summary.
Mr. Tyndall noted that the Mashramani parade route will be the same, starting from Carifesta Avenue, close to the roundabout area, and heading to Durban Park. The children's Mashramani competitions will take place in all 10 administrative regions, and the children's Mash parade will be held in Georgetown. Those events will be organized by the Education Ministry. The MASH coordinator explained that in addition to the celebratory events, the Department of Culture will also be hosting events that will focus on Guyana gaining republic status. Minister of Social Cohesion with responsibility for culture, Dr. George Norton, said MASH is on and there will be Mashramani, as he assured that the government is fully on board.
Why change when it's working? We certainly want, in the first place, to take away all doubts, because it was out there in the public that the person were asking, is there MASH? So it's without a doubt, we've already started. So we take that away from the public. Yes, there's going to be MASH, and we are striving for it to be much more organized, much more structured, And this year, all of the regions. Last year, Region 1, for instance, had no activity from the Central MASH Committee, and we made certain that we started this year in Mabaruma.
As part of a rebranding effort, national Mashramani events will be hosted in all of the regions, and all of the regions are also expected to send representatives to the major events in the city. The government has allocated over $70 million for the hosting of the Mashramani Festival. And finally tonight, a 20-year-old chain snatcher was sentenced to 6 weeks of community service after pleading guilty to the crime. The man, Shamar White, begged the court for mercy after he admitted to snatching the chain from around the neck of a woman at a minibus park, but it fell into the woman's bosom before he could escape. He was later apprehended and charged. In court today, the youth told the court that he was hungry and opted to steal the woman's jewelry so that he could use it to buy something to eat. He apologized to the young woman and the court for his actions. The prosecutor wanted the court to give him the sentence of 18 months in jail, but the magistrate admonished the youth and sentenced him to 6 weeks of community service. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting.